每天练习英语听、说、练，与我们一起提升你的语言技能。完成后，在我们的应用程式里多加练习。免费，连结在下方。开始练习吧。
I am going to the job fair today. I am going to the job fair today.
我今天要去就业博览会。
I am going to the job fair today. I am going to the job fair today. Maria is looking for a new job. Maria is looking for a new job.
玛利亚正在找新工作。
Maria is looking for a new job. Maria is looking for a new job. The job fair starts at 10 a.m. The job fair starts at 10 a.m.
就业博览会上午10点开始。
The job fair starts at 10 a.m. The job fair starts at 10 a.m. James brought his resume. James brought his resume.
詹姆斯带了他的履历。
James brought his resume. James brought his resume. They are hiring new employees. They are hiring new employees.
他们正在招募新员工。
They are hiring new employees. They are hiring new employees. Anna is talking to a recruiter. Anna is talking to a recruiter.
安娜正在和一位招募人员交谈。
Anna is talking to a recruiter. Anna is talking to a recruiter. The company offers full-time jobs. The company offers full-time jobs.
这家公司提供全职工作。
The company offers full-time jobs. The company offers full-time jobs. Tom is interested in marketing jobs. Tom is interested in marketing jobs.
汤姆对行销工作有兴趣。
Tom is interested in marketing jobs. Tom is interested in marketing jobs. Lisa asked about the job benefits. Lisa asked about the job benefits.
丽莎询问了工作福利。
Lisa asked about the job benefits. Lisa asked about the job benefits. The recruiter gave me a brochure. The recruiter gave me a brochure.
招募人员给了我一份简介。
The recruiter gave me a brochure. The recruiter gave me a brochure. I filled out an application form. I filled out an application form.
我填写了一份申请表。
I filled out an application form. I filled out an application form. He wore a suit to the event. He wore a suit to the event.
他穿着西装参加活动。
He wore a suit to the event. He wore a suit to the event. She brought copies of her resume. She brought copies of her resume.
他带了多份履历。
She brought copies of her resume. She brought copies of her resume. The job fair is at the convention center. The job fair is at the convention center.
就业博览会在会展中心举行。
The job fair is at the convention center. The job fair is at the convention center. There are many booths at the fair. There are many booths at the fair.
博览会上有很多摊位。
There are many booths at the fair. There are many booths at the fair. The manager asked about my experience. The manager asked about my experience.
经理问了我的工作经验。
The manager asked about my experience. The manager asked about my experience. I practiced my interview skills. I practiced my interview skills.
我练习了面试技巧。
I practiced my interview skills. I practiced my interview skills. They have jobs in different fields. They have jobs in different fields.
他们有各种领域的工作。
They have jobs in different fields. They have jobs in different fields. Sophie wants to work in finance. Sophie wants to work in finance.
苏菲想在金融业工作。
Sophie wants to work in finance. Sophie wants to work in finance. Daniel asked about part-time work. Daniel asked about part-time work.
丹尼尔询问了兼职工作。
Daniel asked about part-time work. Daniel asked about part-time work. Emma is looking for an internship. Emma is looking for an internship.
艾玛正在找实习机会。
Emma is looking for an internship. Emma is looking for an internship. The recruiter gave me her business card. The recruiter gave me her business card.
招募人员给了我他的名片。
The recruiter gave me her business card. The recruiter gave me her business card. I introduced myself to the company staff. I introduced myself to the company staff.
我向公司员工自我介绍。
I introduced myself to the company staff. I introduced myself to the company staff. They asked about my skills. They asked about my skills.
他们问了我的技能。
They asked about my skills. They asked about my skills. I told them about my education. I told them about my education.
我告诉他们我的学历。
I told them about my education. I told them about my education. The company is looking for engineers. The company is looking for engineers.
这家公司正在找工程师。
The company is looking for engineers. The company is looking for engineers. Ben is applying for a tech job. Ben is applying for a tech job.
班正在申请科技相关的工作。
Ben is applying for a tech job. Ben is applying for a tech job. Sarah wants to work in human resources. Sarah wants to work in human resources.
莎拉想在人力资源部门工作。
Sarah wants to work in human resources. Sarah wants to work in human resources. I waited in line to speak to someone. I waited in line to speak to someone.
我排队等住和人交谈。
I waited in line to speak to someone. I waited in line to speak to someone. The fair is open until 4 p.m. The fair is open until 4 p.m.
博览会开放到下午4点。
The fair is open until 4 p.m. The fair is open until 4 p.m. He made a good first impression. He made a good first impression.
他给人留下了良好的第一印象。
He made a good first impression. He made a good first impression. Julia asked about the work schedule. Julia asked about the work schedule.
茱莉亚询问了工作时间表。
Julia asked about the work schedule. Julia asked about the work schedule. The company offers health insurance. The company offers health insurance.
这家公司提供健康保险。
The company offers health insurance. The company offers health insurance. I need to update my resume. I need to update my resume.
我需要更新我的履历。
I need to update my resume. I need to update my resume. The recruiter asked where I studied. The recruiter asked where I studied.
招募人员问我在哪里念书。
The recruiter asked where I studied. The recruiter asked where I studied. They offer training for new employees. They offer training for new employees.
他们为新员工提供培训。
They offer training for new employees. They offer training for new employees. I asked about the job requirements. I asked about the job requirements.
我询问了工作条件。
I asked about the job requirements. I asked about the job requirements. Michael is looking for a sales job. Michael is looking for a sales job.
迈克正在找销售工作。
Michael is looking for a sales job. Michael is looking for a sales job. I saw many job seekers at the fair. I saw many job seekers at the fair.
我在博览会上看到很多求职者。
I saw many job seekers at the fair. I saw many job seekers at the fair. The recruiter smiled and shook my hand. The recruiter smiled and shook my hand.
招募人员微笑并和我握手。
The recruiter smiled and shook my hand. The recruiter smiled and shook my hand. I thanked them for their time. I thanked them for their time.
我感谢他们的时间。
I thanked them for their time. I thanked them for their time. We exchanged contact information. We exchanged contact information.
我们交换了联络方式。
We exchanged contact information. We exchanged contact information. I scheduled a follow-up interview. I scheduled a follow-up interview.
我安排了后续面试。
I scheduled a follow-up interview. I scheduled a follow-up interview. They asked about my previous jobs. They asked about my previous jobs.
他们问了我之前的工作。
They asked about my previous jobs. They asked about my previous jobs. I asked about the company culture. I asked about the company culture.
我询问了公司的文化。
I asked about the company culture. I asked about the company culture. Rachel is interested in graphic design. Rachel is interested in graphic design.
瑞秋对平面设计有兴趣。
Rachel is interested in graphic design. Rachel is interested in graphic design. The job fair is well organized. The job fair is well organized.
就业博览会组织得很好。
The job fair is well organized. The job fair is well organized. They gave a short presentation. They gave a short presentation.
他们做了一个简短的简报。
They gave a short presentation. They gave a short presentation. I listened carefully to their talk. I listened carefully to their talk.
我仔细聆听了他们的演讲。
I listened carefully to their talk. I listened carefully to their talk. I asked questions about the company. I asked questions about the company.
我问了关于公司的问题。
I asked questions about the company. I asked questions about the company. They told me about job openings. They told me about job openings.
他们告诉我职缺的情况。
They told me about job openings. They told me about job openings. I met people from different companies. I met people from different companies.
我遇到了来自不同公司的员工。
I met people from different companies. I met people from different companies. The recruiter gave me advice. The recruiter gave me advice.
招募人员给了我一些建议。
The recruiter gave me advice. The recruiter gave me advice. I wrote down important information. I wrote down important information.
我记下了重要资讯。
I wrote down important information. I wrote down important information. They said they would call next week. They said they would call next week.
他们说下周会打电话给我。
They said they would call next week. They said they would call next week. I hope to get a job soon. I hope to get a job soon.
我希望能很快找到工作。
I hope to get a job soon. I hope to get a job soon. Liam is looking for remote work. Liam is looking for remote work.
连恩正在找远端工作。
Liam is looking for remote work. Liam is looking for remote work. Chloe wants to work in customer service. Chloe wants to work in customer service.
克罗伊想从事客服工作。
Chloe wants to work in customer service. Chloe wants to work in customer service. The job fair is a great opportunity. The job fair is a great opportunity.
就业博览会是一个很棒的机会。
The job fair is a great opportunity. The job fair is a great opportunity. I brought a notebook and a pen. I brought a notebook and a pen.
我带了笔记本和笔。
I brought a notebook and a pen. I brought a notebook and a pen. They asked why I want the job. They asked why I want the job.
他们问我为什么想要这份工作。
They asked why I want the job. They asked why I want the job. I answered with confidence. I answered with confidence.
我自信地回答了。
I answered with confidence. I answered with confidence. I wore clean and neat clothes. I wore clean and neat clothes.
我穿着干净整齐的衣服。
I wore clean and neat clothes. I wore clean and neat clothes. The recruiter was friendly and helpful. The recruiter was friendly and helpful.
招募人员很友善也很乐于助人。
The recruiter was friendly and helpful. The recruiter was friendly and helpful. I waited patiently for my turn. I waited patiently for my turn.
我耐心地等候轮到我。
I waited patiently for my turn. I waited patiently for my turn. They explained the hiring process. They explained the hiring process.
他们解释了招聘流程。
They explained the hiring process. They explained the hiring process. I collected business cards. I collected business cards.
我收集了名片。
I collected business cards. I collected business cards. I followed up with an email. I followed up with an email.
我用电子邮件做了后续联络。
I followed up with an email. I followed up with an email. They asked about my computer skills. They asked about my computer skills.
他们问了我的电脑技能。
They asked about my computer skills. They asked about my computer skills. I told them I can use Microsoft Office. I told them I can use Microsoft Office.
我告诉他们我会使用 Microsoft Office。
I told them I can use Microsoft Office. I told them I can use Microsoft Office. Ella is searching for a teaching job. Ella is searching for a teaching job.
艾拉正在找教职工作。
Ella is searching for a teaching job. Ella is searching for a teaching job. I spoke clearly and politely. I spoke clearly and politely.
我清楚而有礼貌地说话。
I spoke clearly and politely. I spoke clearly and politely. They asked about my availability. They asked about my availability.
他们问了我的可上班时间。
They asked about my availability. They asked about my availability. I told them I can start next month. I told them I can start next month.
我告诉他们我下个月可以开始。
I told them I can start next month. I told them I can start next month. I asked about the salary range. I asked about the salary range.
我询问了薪资范围。
I asked about the salary range. I asked about the salary range. They said it depends on experience. They said it depends on experience.
他们说这取决于经验。
They said it depends on experience. They said it depends on experience. I thanked them for the information. I thanked them for the information.
我感谢他们提供的资讯。
I thanked them for the information. I thanked them for the information. The job fair lasts for 2 days. The job fair lasts for 2 days.
就业博览会为期2天。
The job fair lasts for 2 days. The job fair lasts for 2 days. I saw a flyer about the job fair. I saw a flyer about the job fair.
我看到了一张就业博览会的传单。
I saw a flyer about the job fair. I saw a flyer about the job fair. Noah is interested in IT jobs. Noah is interested in IT jobs.
诺亚对资讯科技工作有兴趣。
Noah is interested in IT jobs. Noah is interested in IT jobs. I registered online before coming. I registered online before coming.
我在来之前已经线上注册。
I registered online before coming. I registered online before coming. The event was free to attend. The event was free to attend.
这个活动是免费参加的。
The event was free to attend. The event was free to attend. I met someone I knew at the fair. I met someone I knew at the fair.
我在博览会上遇到了一位熟人。
I met someone I knew at the fair. I met someone I knew at the fair. We shared job leads with each other. We shared job leads with each other.
我们互相分享了求职资讯。
We shared job leads with each other. We shared job leads with each other. The recruiter gave me a flyer. The recruiter gave me a flyer.
招募人员给了我一张传单。
The recruiter gave me a flyer. The recruiter gave me a flyer. I asked how to apply online. I asked how to apply online.
我问了如何线上申请。
I asked how to apply online. I asked how to apply online. They said to visit the company website. They said to visit the company website.
他们说可以到公司网站申请。
They said to visit the company website. They said to visit the company website. I took notes during the conversation. I took notes during the conversation.
我在交谈中做了笔记。
I took notes during the conversation. I took notes during the conversation. They told me about the team structure. They told me about the team structure.
他们告诉我团队的结构。
They told me about the team structure. They told me about the team structure. I asked how long the hiring takes. I asked how long the hiring takes.
我问了招聘需要多久。
I asked how long the hiring takes. I asked how long the hiring takes. They said interviews start next week. They said interviews start next week.
他们说下周开始面试。
They said interviews start next week. They said interviews start next week. I looked at the job board. I looked at the job board.
我看了职缺公告板。
I looked at the job board. I looked at the job board. There were jobs for all experience levels. There were jobs for all experience levels.
那里有各种经验程度的工作。
There were jobs for all experience levels. There were jobs for all experience levels. I asked about the dress code. I asked about the dress code.
我问了着装规定。
I asked about the dress code. I asked about the dress code. They said business casual is fine. They said business casual is fine.
他们说商务休闲服装就可以。
They said business casual is fine. They said business casual is fine. I brought a folder for my documents. I brought a folder for my documents.
我带了一个资料夹放文件。
I brought a folder for my documents. I brought a folder for my documents. I smiled and made eye contact. I smiled and made eye contact.
我微笑并与对方有眼神接触。
I smiled and made eye contact. I smiled and made eye contact.
感谢观看，订阅我们的频道并开启通知，及时获取新视频，持续你的英语学习之旅。